360 Strong Women. I hope that you are ready for today's workout. We're going to do some Vinyasa flow yoga. I'm going to be moving through. I've got my mat facing you this time instead of off to the side, but I may do some side ones as well and work around the world, around your mat. So if you want to follow along with me, you can get two mats and put them one vertical, one horizontal, so you've got a lot of room to move around your mat with. We've been doing a lot of lifting. If you're keeping up with the videos, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to our channel so we can build that channel, get that really good information out there to everybody. But if you've been lifting with me because women need to lift, then this is a great workout for you because we're going to make you strong, we're going to make you flexible, and we're going to stretch you out a little bit while we're doing this workout. So yoga is a great complement to cardio or strength training, right? We need to do the delta of fitness. We need balance and flexibility. We can get that through yoga. We need strength training, body weight training, and we need cardiovascular training. So all of your kickboxing, your HIIT workouts, your modified cardio, all of those movements, dancing, walking, those things, that's going to help you stay really cardio fit. Yoga is just another way to enhance what you're already doing. And I highly recommend that you add yoga to your repertoire. Now there's all different kinds of yoga. Today we're just going to do a Vinyasa flow, but you could go into our playlist and pull up a yin if you need to work some cold tissues, some cartilage, some ligaments, right? We need to have balance in our workout so that we don't overtrain an area and then sustain an injury. You may need, Beth, I just need to shut everything down, right? I've been working so hard. You may need some restorative yoga. And the restorative yoga doesn't necessarily mean we're just opening our hips and stretching our hips. Restorative yoga is shutting it down, pulling your body into the parasympathetic nervous system, and learning how to be still. It's not as easy as it sounds, but it's a great complement to other things that you do on your wellness journey. All right, so there's lots of different types of yoga. You can just be breathing. You can do some meditation if you need that. Again, parasympathetic nervous system, calming yourself down, taking a beat, so to speak. But if you need yoga to move through, stretch, make your body strong, Vinyasa is one of those things that you can do. I'm not going to be giving all the directives on what it should look like, how it should feel, where you should be aligned. I will give some of those, but I don't want to make the video too long. So I'm going to move through each pose, take a breath, and move to the next one, just so that we have fluidity in the workout. But if you need tutorials about, I don't really know what Warrior One should look like or feel like or whatever, I'll give a few cues, but not break down the whole thing. So if you're new to yoga, congratulations, you've landed in the right place. Go into our yoga playlist and find some of those tutorials that I've broken down some of the poses or the asanas, and then you'll know my hips should be here, my knees should stack over my ankle, my shoulders and my hips should follow each other. I should be aligned in this capacity to fit into, right, this pose. We don't fit our body into the pose. We fit the pose into our body. So everybody looks a little different, but the cueing is the same, how it should kind of feel and look so that you don't hurt yourself. So if you're new, welcome. Find one of those tutorials and start to go through that. And if you are a practitioner of yoga, then this video is for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start in child's pose. Now, if child's pose is too much for somebody who has to externally rotate their hips and that's not for you, you can do embryo pose. Keep your legs together, roll back. Your arms are going to be in a different position. All right, you can always put a block up underneath you to bring earth up to you so that the position, the asana, the pose feels better for you. So I'm going to take my big toes to touch in the back, take my knees wide on my mat, so external rotation at the hips, and I'm going to take my glutes all the way back to my heels. And then I'm going to lengthen my body out so that my chest falls on the ground. Press my fingers into the mat, lock them in, and then relax down into this pose, this child's pose, this balasana. And begin to breathe in and out through my nose. And as I breathe in, I want to lengthen my fingers forward. As I exhale, I want to drive my glutes towards my heels. And as I breathe in and out, I'm thinking about putting space between my vertebrae, opening up that back. Feel that nice, long, lean vertebrae really stretching out. You can feel that around your rib cage. You may be feeling this in the shoulders if they're tight. One more big breath in. And then open your mouth and sigh that all away. Get rid of it. From here, I'm going to stack my body into a tabletop. So now my hip flexors are neutral. Hip flexors goes to knees, goes to ankles. I'm going to tuck my toes in the back, and I'm going to stack wrist to elbow to shoulder. I want to keep an apple under my chin. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. Now I'm in that nice tabletop. And as I inhale, I'm going to soften my belly and put flexion into my spine. And then as I exhale, I want to round out my back and put extension and not flexion into that spine. So inhale, nice flexion. Exhale, round that out. Push your back to the ceiling. Keeping my head above my heart. Big inhale, big exhale. Just opening up that spine. You want to put some nice flexion and extension in it. Really work the spine. Works all of your core. Opening up the chest here. Opening up the upper back. I'm going to take my hands a little bit in front of me. So my shoulder and my wrist are actually catty-corner. They're in a scapation. They're at an angle. I'm going to tuck my toes in the back and lift up into my downward facing dog. So now my feet are still hip width. My toes are coming towards my fingers. And I'm lifting my toes up off the ground. I'm looking right between my feet. They're hip width. And then I'm going to have a little space between my heel and the mat. Take my sits bones up to the ceiling. Big breath in. And then drive my heels towards my mat. So if you're lengthened down enough, you're still going to have space, but you're really stretching out the back of your legs. So as I inhale, I might roll up onto the tops of my balls of my feet. And as I exhale, I'm going to drive those heels towards the ground. Big inhale, lift up, stretch the fascia, exhale, lower down. And then one more time, big inhale and exhale. So I'm going to look straight down to my mat and walk my feet right up under my hips. So my hip and my ankle are in alignment. I'm going to bend my knees nice and soft for this first ragdoll, my uttanasana. I've got 2 fists between my feet. That means I'm hip width for my body. You can check it, don't wreck it. And then I'm going to grab opposite elbows and twist side to side. And allow that low back just to stretch out. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, come to a flat back, and then turn my feet, external rotation, and sit down into my malasana, my yogi squat. Just open up those hips a little bit more before we start to flow. Come back to center. Nice uttanasana, your ragdoll. I'm going to halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold, and drive my body all the way to the top. In my Tadasana, bring my hands to heart center. Take a breath in. And exhale that out. Tadasana, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Drive it all the way up. Standing sun salutation. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now I'm going to find my high plank. Nice and high, drive it tall. My butt is not going to be in the air. I'm not down dog, I'm in nice high plank. I'm going to come all the way down to my belly, bring my elbows towards my rib cage, and come up for my Sphinx, my baby cobra. Take a breath in here, squeeze everything together. Legs are squeezed together. Then I'm going to bring my hands to shoulder width, tuck my toes, and drive up into my downward facing dog. I'm going to lift my right leg up, bring my right foot through to my warrior one. So my knee stacks over my ankle. My left foot's going to be on its knife edge, about 30 degrees. And my hips are going to drive right to you. Warrior one. You can have hands here or hands down here. You decide, you pick, it's your warrior. Big inhale, hands come to heart center, fold into your humble warrior. So my shoulder and my knee connect together. I'm squeezing my leg to my shoulder to my knee. Big inhale, big exhale. I'm going to find my high plank, lower down to my Sphinx. Drive back up to my downward facing dog. Lift my left leg up, bring it through. Warrior one, left side. Hips to me, hips to you. Here we are, stack that knee. Exhale that out. High to low plank. Come all the way down to the ground. Lift up for that baby cobra. Bring it to shoulder width, tuck, and push into your downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Now I'm going to look to the front of my mat, bend my knees, step or float. Halfway lift, exhale, fold, and drive all the way up to my Tadasana. Bring my hands to heart center. I'm going to do this from the side so that you can see what it looks like from the side. Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. All the way down to baby cobra or Sphinx. Squeeze everything together. Tuck it under. Downward facing dog. Right leg comes up. Warrior one. Right side. Hips drive to the front. Humble warrior. High plank. Low plank. You can find your Sphinx. Downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Warrior one. Humble warrior. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Now you can do cobra now. You're stretching out a little bit more. So legs are on the ground, but arms are straight, not locked out. I still have oxygen. Tuck it down. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Drive all the way up. Hands to heart center. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. You can find your Sphinx or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up. Warrior one. Humble warrior. So I exhale that. I'm going to find that warrior two. So my knee stacks over my ankle. My shoulders are relaxed. Everything's tucked in, lengthened through. I'm gonna flip my palm, scoop it back for my reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Pinky side down. One long line of energy. Reverse it into your reverse Trikonasana. Stretch that side body and down to Trikonasana on the right side. I'm going to bend my knee deep, take a bind, and then warrior two again. Come up for my prasarita, fold forward. Stretch out the back of the legs in your standing straddle fold. Big inhale, exhale, halfway lift, broken triangle. Stretching out that adductor and abductor around the quadricep. Ooh, you should feel that. Going to the other side. Use a block if you need it. Really stretch that out. Come back to center. Prasarita Padottanasana. Halfway lift to a flat back. Roll those shoulders. Keep that apple under your chin. And rise all the way up with the core. Hands to heart center. My left foot is going to drive to the back. If you need room for your hips, move your foot over a little bit. Warrior one, left side. Working around the world here. Exhale. Into your humble warrior. Inhale. And then exhale, warrior two on the left. Reverse your warrior. Scoop it up. Remember to keep stacking your knee over your ankle. Lift up, extended side angle. My quads and my forearm. Reverse that into your reverse Trikonasana. Not locking out my oxygen, still bringing it in. Inhale down, tick-tock all the way down. Lift the arch of your foot up into your Trikonasana. My shoulders, my hips. Bend my knee deep, stacking, find a bind. Open up that shoulder, lift up, warrior two. Come back to center. Beautiful, take a breath in. Exhale that away. Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward, facing me. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Now, you can take upward facing dog now, so my legs are off the ground. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Lift up, warrior one. On your right side. Humble warrior. Apple under your chin. Exhale that away, warrior two. We're getting heated up now. Reverse. Extended side angle. Reverse Trikonasana. Love the side body stretch. Trikonasana. On your right side. Beautiful, bend your knee. Warrior two. Chaturanga down. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up. Warrior one, left side. Humble warrior. Breath in, breath out. Warrior two. Relax those shoulders. Pull everything in and up. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Reverse Trikonasana. Trikonasana. On the left. Bend your knee. Warrior two. Chaturanga. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Step or float. Ragdoll. So just hanging here. Letting that open up. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Notice how my hip and my ankle are in alignment. Halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. So I'm going to bend my knees and lift up into my chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up. Warrior one. Humble warrior. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Reverse Trikonasana. Trikonasana on the right. Bend your knee deep. Warrior two. Prasarita. Working around the world again. Fold forward so you can find the opening. Open up the back. Halfway lift. Broken triangle. Can get a little bit more of a stretch now. Really dorsiflex this foot. Over to the other side. Just a little guidance. Back to your Prasarita. Standing straddle fold. And bend your knees as much as you need. So you can be fluid here. Hop in for that yogi squat. Back out. Pull forward. Halfway lift. Rise all the way up. Warrior one on the left. Humble warrior. Warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Extended side angle. Reverse Trikonasana. Trikonasana on the left. Bend your knee. Warrior two. Chaturanga down. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look to the front, step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana chair pose. I'm going to turn towards you. So you see chair pose here. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Look up over your shoulder. Squeeze everything into the center line. Utkatasana. Hands to heart center. Twist to the other side. Utkatasana. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Find your child's pose. Slide back and stretch. Your heart rate should be up. I'm going to keep my knees where they are and work my arms over to the side just to stretch that side body a little more. We worked all that upper back the other day. I don't know if you were feeling it. I was feeling it. If you're going up in weights, which I hope you are, you're feeling it. So you may need this little bit of vinyasa flow. Come back to center. I'm going to find my tabletop. Do a couple cat-cows. And one more. Downward facing dog. Walk it in. Ragdoll. Stand it all the way up. Tadasana. Take a breath in. Exhale that away. Ah. Side body stretch here. Nice and tall. Lengthen through. We're going to get down on the ground and stretch some more. Lengthen through. Exhale out. Nice seated figure 4. Inverted tree. Other side. Just to open up that piriformis a little bit while we get ready to come down to the ground. This should feel good. Roll the shoulders back. Hands to heart center. You can find your tree. So external rotation on one side, neutral on the other. Ankle, calf, thigh. Stay off the knee. Find your tree. A little bit of balance. Find a focal point. Remember your chain. Feet are stable. Ankle is your mover. Knee is stable. Your knee shouldn't be shifting back and forth. Hips are mover. Low back is stable. Shamastihiti. Tree on the left. Ankle. Block. Ankle. Calf. You can use a block for a tree if you're learning. Tree. Grow roots. Pull everything tall. Breathe. Lift your knee. Put your rudder out. And then be here. You can come to your toe. Lift up. Standing leg raise. Bring this to the front. I'm going to bend my knee and then hip hinge into my Dekasana. Shoulders back, palms down. You're pushing on some beach balls. Into your airplane. And release. Other side. Back to center. Hip hinge from your hip flexors. Pinky toe down. Then lengthen through the body. Tadasana. Yogi squat. You can just come all the way down and sit into that yogi squat just like this. It's going to be really good for you. It means your hips are really starting to open up. If you need to sit down first and then work to it, you can do that. Again, if you don't have stability here, put a block up underneath your hips. It's going to help you with stability. And I'm going to lengthen out my legs. We're going to start to stretch those hamstrings in Paschimotto Tanasana, seated forward fold. Paschimotto Tanasana, so I'm going to roll my shoulders back, pull my abs in tight. Sit right up on the sits bone. So I'm not rounding out my back and hunching over. I'm going to bring my toes, spark them open, lift them up, lift everything up, roll it back, and lift. As I come around to the front and stretch here, I want to stretch my piriformis, my hamstrings, the popliteal space down into the calves, down to the Achilles. So I'm opening this up and stretching. And I want my back to be in one big long line. Remember we talked about one line of energy? You want it to be straight. So if I put a rod from the top of my head to my sits bone, it's going to be nice and straight. I'm rolling my shoulders back, pulling everything in, hip hinging, breathing in and out. Big inhale, lengthen through. Exhale, let it fold. squeezing the legs together, not letting them open up. Big inhale, exhale. And then roll that back. I'm going to come to a seated straddle fold. Now we did a lot of prasarita. We did our standing straddle. Now I want to do seated straddle. So you don't have to be open this far. Just want to make sure my heels are on my mat so that they're safe. And I want my toes coming towards my knees to make sure they're safe. Pulling everything in and up. Rolling it back, keeping my head above my heart and hip hinging. Big long breath, just like you do in the Paschimottanasana. You're seated for a full exhale. Allow the stretch of the adductors. Big inhale, and just depending on how tight you are, exhale that away. Gently, gently breathe through. Now, if you have super tight hamstrings, which happens a lot, then you're going to want to shorten up your straddle and then maybe put blocks under your knees so you still have the nice stretch without tearing things up. So options, right? Options. Go and meet yourself where you are. It's okay. You'll get there. Of course, we're going to do half butterfly. Silly question, because it's one of my favorites. Up here, tap down, stretch. So I'm lifting up without lifting my hip. My hip drives down, and I'm lifting and looking up, just like if I were doing what? Extended side angle, right? Extended side angle, but I'm doing it in a sitting position now and lifting and stretching that side body, lifting my body up. I'm going to tick-tock over, do it gently, all those upper back muscles, really working them, stretching everything out. And you may need to do half butterfly a few times, each time get a little bit more of a stretch. So today, my legs are laying down really well. Some days I'm more like this, depends on what I've eaten, what I've drank, how I've slept, what I did the day before. Was it leg day? Were I working hips? You know, what was I doing? So my foot is tight to my adductor. Sometimes I need space. So consider where you're at if you need space. And if your leg's up here but it's uncomfortable, put a block here just to give it some stability. Lifting up, tapping over, and stretching out. Notice that I'm not rounding and dumping. I'm lifting up. And I'm not lifting this up. I'm driving this hip down and stretching. Yes, and then tick back gently over. Get the other side. And then check in with yourself. Is one side tighter than the other? More than likely, yes, because we're not biomechanically balanced, but that's okay. That just says you're human, right? We're not going to be exactly the same on either side. A lot of that has to do with genetics, where the muscle is originated onto the bone. They're not in the exact same place, or just might be a little bit off. So I'm going to squeeze my legs together, rotate my shoulder back, sternal rotation, and then lift up and exhale out. As I look to my shoulder, then I want to lift the spine up really nice and tall, and then twist it open because I want to do some transverse movement here and stretch that out. So Lord of the Fish pose, this is supported because I've rotated my arm back and lifted up. I have stability here with this hand. I could do it like this and there's no support for my spine. So if your spine is in a good position, you don't need the stability, that would be an up level. Lift up, exhale, twist that open. One more time, big inhale. Exhale that open. And you may need a little bit more as far as like cat-cow, right? Like seated cat-cow, up, down, forward, and back if you need that. Opening up the chest, opening up that upper back. You could do that, or you could do a nice prone tabletop cat-cow. Now I'm just going to come into my double pigeon and sit. So again, try not to lift my hips up, trying to keep them balanced on both sides, and just allow that stretch. Now if you need a little bit more, you could hip hinge, stretch around the hip. And you can stay there for as long as you need the stretch. We're just getting to the end here. Need to close you out and call that a day. Now again, this side, a little tighter. You see that, right? And that's okay. I'm just going to breathe through that. I want to make sure my ankle joint is not inhibited here because I don't want to hurt my ankle joint. And I'm just going to play with this side and work this hip. Woo! Feeling that today. Breath work is great for that. Just concentrate on the breath and send the breath to those areas where you feel sensations. If you need to, tight. Definitely feeling my piriformis there. So we're going to do seated figure 4 and stretch that out. And again, I'm not inhibiting my ankle joint. Now, if you need stability for your back, you're going to lay down and do figure 4. If you need really intense stretch, you can sit up against the wall and do this. Just going to open that up and we'll go to the other side. There it is. Get that nice, good stretch and you're ready for the day. But remember, as you sit through the day, your spine's going to get recompressed. So every 30, get 3. What does that mean? Every 30, get 3. Well, every 30 minutes, set your watch. Get 3 minutes of movement. That could be stretch, like this, a yoga pose, some office chair work where you're twisting open, stretching out, up, down, forward and back, or standing side body stretch, or you're just taking a little walk, putting oxygen back into your body and pulling up really nice and tall and getting that spine decompressed, because it's going to keep compressing through the day. And that's why by the end of the day, we're tired, we feel compressed, we feel sore, right? So we might have had a great workout in the morning, gotten really decompressed, stretched out, lengthened, we feel good, we feel strong, we're good. And then as we sit more through the day, things start to fall in on us. So initiate some of those habits of, I need to get up and stretch my body. If every 30 get 3 doesn't click in your head and you want to stand up every hour, do the same thing. But make sure you're stretching your body and not saying, well, I already worked out, so now I can sit all day. So just take some time, maybe when you're getting water, because you need 8 ounces of water through the day. Stay hydrated, keep your metabolism up. Let your body feel good. We need water. Then you can do that. When I stand up to fill up my glass and get water, I'm standing up and lengthening out at the spine. That's going to be really, really good for you in the long run. Really proven health positive outcomes when you do that. So just just consider every 30 get 3 and you will be good to go. So I want to go ahead and we're not going to do Shavasana, but we are going to come into a seated pose because again, I don't want to make this too long. But if you want to take the next 10 minutes and do a nice Shavasana, you can go into one of our playlists and do a meditation while you're laying in Shavasana and just listen to a nice meditation. Set yourself up in a positive way with a positive word or thought or a piece of gratitude that you could take with you. Perfect way to end out your Shavasana. All right, so just if you wanted to do that, maybe next time we will end in a big Shavasana and I'll do a body scan. So if that's something that you would like to see, leave me comments below. Beth, I want to see more meditation. I want to see more body scans, a longer Shavasana. If that's what you're needing for your practice, then I have things out there that you can do that with. But if you want to see more of that, let me know. Roll the shoulders back. Take that big breath up. Exhale it all away. Exhale that all away. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumb knuckles touch your heart. Anjali Mudra. Take another big breath in. Exhale it out. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. May the love and the light in me always honor, see, and appreciate the love and the light in each of you. We bow and we say namaste. Namaste. And your vinyasa flow is done. You've gotten your movement in for the day, because what do we want? 20 minutes of movement, minimal. And then don't forget to move throughout the day. So if you have a big day of I have to sit and do a project, or I'm sitting the rest of the day, I've already done my workout, consider every 30 get 3. It's really going to benefit you and help you, particularly with your posture and your spine. Just make you feel better. Get your water, and I will see you for the next video. If you have a favorite workout, let me know in the comments below, and I will create something for you. Have a great day. Bye.